people say to you, what's the point of memorizing the Quran when we have the internet and we have all these books that have printed copies of the Quran translations? The reality is that memorization is inspiration. When you memorize something, when you hear about Maulana Shakil's father, it inspires you not just to memorize words, but dedication, resilience, sabr, continuing that tradition from the time of the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, who memorized the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in their hearts and passed it on from heart to heart, all the way till today. And honestly, when I met the Maulana Shakil's father the first time and I heard that he was memorizing the Quran, I honestly thought to myself, you know what, when am I going to start memorizing the Quran? So maybe Sheikh Zaid will give me some few years off As-Suffa so I can start memorizing the Quran, inshallah. But this is something for us to think about. May Allah give him Jannatul Firdaus. And I just want to mention one point before we move on to the next segment, which is, I always say this to anyone out there who wants to embark on a journey of learning. If you have the right environment at home, if your parents are dedicated and have love of Allah and their Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam in their hearts, very rarely will you find that the children do not resonate that same passion and fervor for the love of Allah and His Messenger. Very rare will you find this. If you look at Munib here, his mother was the one who graduated a few years ago. And many of his siblings are doing the Alimiya course. Some have graduated from other places. And the same with Maulana Shakil. I guarantee you the father memorizing the Quran, and every day you see him, and every day it's something which would have definitely left inside of his heart an imprint. My father can do this, and I don't know why he's doing it. At least I should take the steps to be able to understand Allah's religion. And this brings me to, mashallah, proud moment for all of us. Honestly, this is not just something for As-Suffa. This is a proud moment for the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. On the day of Qiyamah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that a hafiz of Quran will be brought in front of everyone. And it will be said to him, Iqra, read. Just like we heard hafiz reading in front of everyone. Imagine on the day of Qiyamah, everyone's listening to your recitation. Iqra wartaqi, and go up like on a lift. Imagine you're standing on a lift and everyone can see and you're reciting the Quran. And the Prophet ﷺ said, read, and your final destination will be the last verse of Quran that you memorized. Allah. If you only memorize Fatiha, you go up 7 levels. If you memorize Surah Baqarah, 286 levels. If you memorize the whole of the Quran, how many ayats are there in the whole Quran? I don't know. 7,000 is it? 6,000? Imagine. Highest with the Anbiya, with the Sahaba radiallahu anhu. May Allah make us of them. And that's not just the greatest part of the hadith I'm fascinated with. The greatest part is this, is that the parents will be given a crown. Allahu Akbar. Parents who just sat back on their sofa, well, they didn't really. They were the ones that were taking the kids to the maktab, and they were the ones that were listening to their recitation. The parents will be made, mom and dad, crown on their head. One jewel on that crown, what did the Prophet ﷺ say? Will outshine the sun of this world. Then what do you think the status of the hafiz of the Quran is going to be? May Allah make us of them.
أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون